Hey everybody, it's Mandy from Tropical Forge. We're on day 5 of the Pantry Challenge. So today we are going to do Scrapple. So I'm going to show you how Zad cuts up this loaf that you get from the butcher, or maybe if you do it yourself. And then I also thawed some roadkill raccoon. Just kidding. Zad was labeling meat. This was back at the old house. And we're pretty sure this is ground sausage. So we are going to go... We are going to turn this into some kind of pasta tonight with like a red sauce and a white sauce, and it's going to be delicious. But that's thawed. I can put that in the fridge. We can deal with that later. All right, so when you get your Scrapple from the butcher, or I guess if you do it yourself in loaf pans, but it's the first time you've done it yourself, Zad's, well, right. You can buy a loaf at the store? I thought, oh. I haven't ever bought Scrapple at the store,
I'm not saying the quality is top notch. I'm just saying you can buy it in the store.
Yeah. So Zad likes it to be not totally frozen, but not totally thawed. It makes it a lot easier to cut. He likes to cut it with a non-serrated knife.
This is almost too thawed for me, but
yeah,
I'll make it work.
It's a little bit more challenging. Like, I probably could have put it in the fridge before we went to bed so that it was, like, still a teeny frozen, but it'll work. All right, so after he cuts up the pieces that we want for breakfast, are you cutting the whole thing, or just what we want for breakfast?
In the past, we used to cut it up into portion sizes and vacuum seal it so it was ready to go. This year, it's a different story.
Because I think we know where the vacuum sealer is, but I'm not sure if we know. So, cutting it or no?
I don't know.
He hasn't decided. Nonetheless, you're going to take this Scrapple and put it on a cookie sheet and put it in like a 350-degree oven. We typically do it till it's like brownish, and then sometimes we'll broil it just to get a little bit more crispiness on it. You can also do this in your air fryer. So if you have an air fryer, you can put your Scrapple in there and do it that way.
Kind of think of French toast. You want the outside really crispy and crunchy and the inside nice and soft.
And Scrapple is so good. Like, if you've never had like farm-raised meat turned into delicious Scrapple at like a local butcher, it is fantastic. We'll put a little maple syrup on it. It's so, so good. You can see here, it's like kind of...
It's a little frozen here.
Yeah, that one's a little frozen in the middle. But like, it's almost like barely holding together kind of consistency, which is what you want. And you want to get that outside kind of crispy and keep the inside soft. So all these butchers and farmers that we've used to get Scrapple over the years, it's always been a little different. The color could be a little different. The seasonings are a little different. It really just depends where it comes from.
I mean, pretty much Scrapple as it is for the meat, it's just using all that animal up and getting all your meat off of it and using it in different ways. So you're just not wasting anything. And it's nothing, like, people have made Scrapple to be some disgusting thing, and it's not. All it is just meat formed into a loaf pan with cornmeal.
Yeah, and it's super good. So once we get breakfast ready here, obviously I'll show you what it looks like, and like I said, we'll put some maple syrup on it. You can put whatever you want on it. We like to put it like in a sandwich, like if we make some bread or some sourdough or whatever, put a piece in there, put an egg with it. Zad has what fit on this cookie sheet, and we're gonna do a couple pieces in the air fryer just to kind of show you the difference.
Like I said, typically you want a nice crusty outside and a soft pillowy inside, and be able to like pick it up with the spatula.
You said pillowy very seriously.
Pillowy.
I don't know how he said that. He was so serious. All right, so we pulled the ones out of the oven. Again, be careful when you go to pick these up. It's sort of like if you bake your cookies and they get a little close together, sometimes you got to split them. And we could have done this on like 2 sheets, but it'll be fine. You can see it.
A bigger sheet, but this paper stuff.
It is the nicest.
Seasoned, like, beautiful.
Oh, yeah, we love this baking sheet. It's definitely our favorite. So you can see they held together pretty well. Oh, that browning on the bottom, that's the best. And like, so that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes we'll feel like we need to broil it because we can't quite get the browning. It really just depends on the makeup of the Scrapple and, you know, those kinds of things. So I don't know that there's like a...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that there's like a tried and true science on Scrapple necessarily.
Okay, so something I've done in the past, and I just thought about this. is trying to like mess with your kids' heads in a good way. As most people know, kids, like, they see something automatically and go, ew, I don't like it. So what I've done with Scrapple in the past is I've cut it like this. And then I'll air fry it some more or bake it, whichever. And it's French toast sticks, like the ones you get in public school or you can get in the freezer section.
And then we give them these little cups.
Yeah.
We give them these little cups and put maple syrup in it.
And then they can dunk it.
And they just think it's the best thing ever.
Yeah. So, as you saw earlier, it was a little harder to flip these things because they're so, like, loose. These are flipping over really easy now and really nice.
All right, so we have the sourdough toast that I did a couple days ago. Just trying to use it up. Zad's putting some butter on it. All right, so breakfast is ready. The littles have their little French toast stick Scrapple bits and their little toast with their cups. Zad did some dippy eggs for us and sourdough toast with Scrapple little maple syrup.
For those of you who don't know what that is, it's an egg over easy.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I always forget that dippy is not a... Here I am, like, every day with my colloquial PA Dutch things. Anyway, so we're going to put a little jelly on our toast, and we're going to be ready to eat.
Mommy, eat. But eat. Eat.
At first we had a perfect crunch.
Good, Sue?
Mm-hmm.
Good, Jamie boy?
About it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's good.
Go, Bubba. All right, so as usual, our day's not going as planned at all. It's to the good. So Zad and I got all the little last animal things finished up. We're supposed to get 0 to 24 inches of snow. Who knows? Honestly, they're saying like 5 to 8. But this is the first time, hopefully, we'll have a substantial-ish snowstorm here since living at this house. So we're just trying to, like, we got the tractor in, we got the blade on, the blade staged for the four-wheeler, topped off all the animal waters. Everybody already had their heaters and everything, so that's all fine. But we just want to make sure that everything was kind of in place for that. Then Matt texted and said that there were some things that we needed to come get. He is working construction, so we are going down to get some of those things. And I need to get everybody some sort of snack because we're now not probably going to eat dinner until 10 or 10:30. So I have the yogurt in the fridge. I mentioned before that I always make a gallon of yogurt a week, typically a gallon of yogurt a week, in the Instant Pot, and then I have the silicone lid. I just stash that in the fridge, and then we always have a quick snack if we need it. So I came into the pantry to pick something to go on top of yogurt. So I think we're gonna do blueberries. I already have granola staged on the counter, and we're gonna get everybody a parfait together so that everybody has something good in their belly before we leave. And of course, I'll pack some snacks for the kids. So I'll show you the short-term pantry here in a minute, and I'll just gather some things up. Bud's getting a couple DVDs to throw in the DVD player. The littles will probably fall asleep. Make sure we have plenty of diapers, plenty of wipes, plenty of extra clothes in case someone poops, because you know that's going to happen. And then we're going to get on the road. So this is my 6-quart Instant Pot insert. This is the silicone lid. They also sell like a cheaper version on Amazon, and I do have one of those for my other pot. But this is my yogurt that's already prepared. This is like the best, you know, decently high protein snack. We love it. Everybody loves yogurt in this house. So this is one of my favorite kind of snack hacks. All right, so my canning ladle is probably about a cup-ish. A lot of people ask us, we like loosely track calories. Like we try to keep it around 2,000 a day. Since Zad's heart attack, that seems to be a nice kind of spot for us to be able to lose/maintain, you know, lose at like a, not a quick, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Lose at not like a super quick pace, but you know, continue to lose like a pound a week. We each have a little bit of work to do yet. So anyway, I love using that canning ladle to scoop out yogurt because I know a cup-ish is about 150 calories. We'll do like a 1/4 cup of granola, and then I'll just throw some blueberries on. Blueberries don't have that many calories, so I don't get too excited about that. But this is a great like 250, 300 calorie snack that is delicious and will fill us up. All right, I put the littles yogurt in a mason jar with a handle, and they have a spoon, so I'm taking lids and rings, because of course all my one-piece lids, where are they? I can't find them. They're probably on other things. So I'm gonna pack these in my book bag with diapers and wipes. Throw some snacks in here, heating up coffee. So we have a microwave. It's in the short-term pantry, but I just don't like it. First of all, microwaves are ew. And second of all, it just takes up like way too much space on the counter. All right, so our short-term pantry is off of the kitchen. So kitchen where we always are, short-term pantry. There's supposed to be a door here, but it was like, it opened in, I think. I forget. Whatever, Zad and Matt need to work on it. So anyway, I'll do a little like tour of this once it's all finished, but it is definitely not finished. But anyway, gonna grab some snacks for the littles. So I think we'll grab some banana bites. We'll grab a couple of these jerkies. We'll grab a few more jerkies for me and Zed and Bud, just in case. We always like to be prepared when we're in the truck, whether that's having extra blankets and food and water and coats or, you know, whatever. I like to just not, you know, we might be thinking this is going to be a 4-hour round trip. So we might be thinking we're only going to be gone for like 4 hours, but we might blow a tire or whatever. So I always try to make sure that I have extra stuff with us. All right, so a few snacks here. We're going to take these little Smart Food. Again, these are one of those things that there's sunflower oil in it, but otherwise it's not that bad. It's okay for a road snack. Zuzu loves these little things. Yes, she's 2. Who cares? It's just applesauce essentially in a container. These are delicious if you've never had these, and I'm pretty sure that these are like pretty darn clean. Anyway, they're soy lectin, which whatever, but they're not too bad for a road snack. We love these. We just found these. They're amazing. 14 grams of protein in this. They're habanero. We love these. These are amazing. They're just fruit. And then I grabbed this little packet of nuts. And let's be honest, there's probably random snacks of some unknown age in the excursion if it got really bad. All right, we're home from our little excursion to get a massive amount of plastic pallets, which we were very excited about. Shopping for dinner for the last things that I need. I sent Jamie and Zuzu off with pepper sauce, which is like a roasted red pepper sauce, noodles, pickled onions. I grabbed the peas. The whole point of the pantry challenge is to use the things that you keep ignoring in your, I just stepped in a wet spot. That you keep ignoring in your pantry. And something that I bought, frankly, during COVID, but they don't even expire until 2025, even though we don't care about expiration dates. All right, so during COVID, I bought sardines because they're cheap. They have 22 grams of protein in a half of a cup, which is just this one pack. But that's a serious amount of protein. Like, if things really hit the fan, this is a good thing to have on hand. Nonetheless, we have never used them because I think we just never really, I don't know. It's just one of those things that we keep avoiding. And I was like, oh, let's just put it in our pasta. Because Jessica at Three Rivers Homestead, she talks about sardines often and that she works them into things. And I just think that that's genius. So we're going to work that into our pasta.
So we are going to have pasta tonight. We are going to cook up some roadkill raccoon, and I'm not going to do much of any salt tonight because we are going to experiment with sardines, and I know sardines are pretty salty on their own, so we're not going to really do much salt, maybe some pepper.
All right, so we're discussing what we want to do for meals for the next day and a half or so. Bud has requested Able Skeevers, and Zad has requested sourdough English muffins with, what's it called?
Hollandaise.
Eggs and hollandaise sauce. Poached eggs with hollandaise sauce and Canadian bacon. So, I have Canadian bacon to thaw. Don't judge me. We have like good pork sausage from our farmer, but I had 2 of these left in the freezer. I really need to use them, and the whole point of the pantry challenge is to use up the things that you keep avoiding, and this is one of those things. For dinner, we're gonna try this sourdough sausage ball recipe from Pantry Mama. So another point of the pantry challenge is to try things that we haven't tried before. Instead of just defaulting to our typical normal things all the time, sourdough sausage balls is something that I've never made. So that's what this is for. I just fed my sourdough. So I actually fed it 200 and 200, 200 water, 200 flour, because I want to hopefully get it like really good and hearty for tomorrow morning. I'll have to start Zad's English muffins tomorrow, so we'll do that. This actually doesn't look awful. Like, okay, so we went to go get these pallets, and 100% forgot that I had cold proofed this dough, and it was still sitting in the fridge. And it was in the fridge for probably 24 hours. I think it's gonna be okay. I don't know, we'll see. My scoring is actually like the best I've ever had, so that's exciting. So my Dutch oven is preheating, and Zad's finishing up getting dinner together. So I want to make us like a little fizzy drink to have with dinner. I had a little bit of that honey water that I talked about, I think on day 1 of the pantry challenge, that I just kind of like pulled out of my butt and made up out of like honey and orange peel. There was a little bit of blueberry left from the parfaits we had earlier. This is like the pieces. I'll save these for Able Skeevers. They'll be amazing. I strained off the blueberry juice, put that honey water in there. I got some water, did up some water in the soda stream, which is just carbonated water. And we'll have a blueberry honey soda, essentially, to have with dinner.
Butter, because it's what I had right here quick. And we want more of a creamy. I'm just going to stir that flour around in there. And I'm going to need cream or milk or something.
Is that you asking me to get it?
Yes, dear.
So I talked before, we get our milk from a local Amish farmer. We pay $5 a gallon for raw A2A2 milk. It's our preferred. We love it. It's the tastiest. It has the most health benefits, in our opinion. Our milk, we've had this milk since 2 days before Christmas, which is crazy. I'm usually only like sensitive to sour milk, not sensitive, aware of sour milk when it's in my coffee. Otherwise, like with cooking, baking, whatever, it doesn't really bother me. I don't know why, just coffee, it's very pungent if it's in coffee. All right, so what are we doing now?
This is maybe half a block of cream cheese that was in the fridge. So
we're working through.
might as well use it up.
Yeah, I got a case of cream cheese for like super cheap, and yes, it's just like run of the mill, like Philadelphia, whatever. I don't know.
Philadelphia.
No, it's some, maybe, I don't remember what it is. Walnut Creek, I don't know. Yeah. Some kind of cream cheese. It's good, but I would love to make our own. So we're trying to work through that so that as we transition closer to making more of our own dairy stuff, at least the things that make sense to make when we're buying the milk, you know, we can get closer to that goal. So Zad's just putting that in cubes into his homemade Alfredo sauce. Right, so we're cooking the garlic bread in the 500-degree oven because I'm starting the bowl, and I was like, something smells a little warm. It's fine. We'll just cut off these little edge pieces, and then we'll eat those as eggs from the chickens at some point. All right, so Zad's working in some Parm cheese. You could do any cheese at this point if you're making like a white cheese sauce or whatever, you know, any cheese, frankly. You could do orange cheese, doesn't really matter. That would just be like a visual thing. Taste-wise, though, any cheese would work. All right, so he's seasoning that sauce with just a little bit of pepper. As he mentioned, he's not going to add any salt to this because the sardines are in the meat. What you add now?
Just a little bit of pasta water.
Oh, a little bit of pasta water. So don't waste your pasta water. You can use it on your sauce.
Okay, so I did our cream sauce, which was butter, flour, make the roux, cream cheese. We did a little bit of shredded, or a little bit of grated Parmesan in it, a little bit of like Colby Monterey, and then we put the red pepper sauce that we made. Got a little bit of spice, but not much. I'm gonna put some, was it dehydrated or freeze dried?
Freeze dried.
Freeze dried basil.
Wow. And I'll link the video for the pepper sauce.
And some fresh cracked black pepper. Like I said, no salt on this just because the anchovies are in the meat.
All right, so Zad put the meat in, the noodles, the sauce, mixing it all together. We're gonna melt some cheese on our garlic bread, and I think we're ready to eat. All right, so we're not super worried about germs around here. We're all gonna drink out of this. The babies have their own cups for their blueberry honey soda.
Because then we don't get backwash.
Well, there's that. So this is dinner. Our delicious pasta, our garlic toast made from our sourdough. What do we have like that? Sourdough hoagie rolls. Susie wants to show you her dinner. So Jamie is, we've been talking about this whole toddler eating thing. Jamie's having whole wheat noodles with the pepper sauce, which, whatever, he already ate half that bowl, so we're gonna chalk that up as a win. So that's what we're having for dinner tonight. I hope that you enjoyed our meals today, learned a little bit about Scrapple. Tomorrow we'll be bringing you lots of more fun meals, and we'll see you next time.